What's going on, people? Welcome back to another Draco Reaction Vlogs. And please, before everyone gets to the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. It will definitely help out my channel a lot. And we're going to continue growing from there. So, today's after international break, West Ham 0, Spurs 3. And I like to say I'm actually pretty happy with the performance today. The team could have played much better, but in the second half, we got the goals that we needed, and we were also up a man as well. So, I'll take the win. So, pretty happy with the win. However, I think we've done much better in the first half, and of course, I think the starting lineup was a bit questionable, but we'll get into the game shortly. So, our first look into the lineup. I know we lost against Bournemouth before national break, and of course, with new players coming in, such as Javi Simmons and Kolumani coming in on deadline day. Of course, they didn't start last game, so of course we made some changes, but I was extremely confused why Thomas Frank decided to start Tell up front. I think that guy is frustrating, and of course, I don't think he's actually a good striker. I think it's frustrating. He doesn't really offer that much in attack, so I was pretty confused when I was looking to why Tell started over Richie or even Kolomani, who were both holding bench. Of course, Johnson was dropped too, and he put Javi Simmons, which we just bought from Leipzig for 50 million, on the left wing. So midfield was the same. We had three defensive midfielders, and of course you had Spence starting and at the left and Porro at the right, as well as our center back. So the game kicked off. To be honest, we could have gotten some goals early in the first half. I think we scored a goal off of a corner where Kuz took the corner. Obviously, took the corner. Romero headed it in, and it was a goal, but apparently it was ruled out because of a foul of Walker Peters. Although I was looking to replay, I think Walker Peters was holding on to Romero a lot, and Romero was just stronger than him, so Romero got to the ground. So, not Romero, Walker Peters got to the ground first, so I think that goal should have stand. Then there's a second goal later. We could have had a second goal in the first half if the ref should have saw that the foul on Kudus in the box was an actual penalty instead of not giving it a pen. So we could have been 2-0 up, but at the same time, West Ham could have taken their chances as well. There was a shot from Paqueta that went wide earlier in the 10th minute. If we had gone on target with being Vicario, although that shot was a bit tame, it still went wide of the post, so we got lucky there. Then a set piece from Ward's Prowse, Shusek headed it, but it was just a soft header that Vicario was able to save easily. I think West Ham were starting to grow into the match a bit. They could have had some opportunities to score, but they were just either missing it or, like I said, Vicario saved it. There was also almost a horror moment from Van der Ven where he almost headed it back into his own net when trying to defend a West Ham counterattack, but luckily Vicario was able to save it from going in, so that was pretty good. I think we also had to deal with some crosses from West Ham's new left back. I think they got a new left back, which actually isn't that bad crossing. So, as well as we had to deal with our midfield being caught on a counter from Fernandez, who we just signed for Southampton. So we're a bit shaky at first, but we were also unlucky that we could have been 2-0 up if it weren't for some fortunate ref decisions. But it is what it is. We were lucky enough to go into the first half without conceding, which is good. So we were already playing much better than Bournemouth, but we haven't even taken that much shots on the target. Just looking at Javi Simmons, I think he didn't do that well. He didn't do well enough on the left, where he was just producing dead crosses, trying to dribble up and do some passes and stuff. He didn't do that much. I think Kuz was the one doing a lot. I think he was getting some crosses in, creating the chances, but of course there was no end product because we had a useless Paris Pop Smoke and Tell. That, which, like I said, the guy didn't do that much but he's what it is. And sometimes we've seen Portal getting cooked, but I think he was doing his better. He was doing better going forward, and also very comfortable in most times when defending. So we weren't really had trouble at much, even though West Ham should have had some opportunities to at least score one, but they were unlucky or Ricardo was saving it. So we got into the first half holding clean sheets, which is pretty good. In the second half, I think we played way much better. Second half, we actually started the second half much better. Javi Simmons with a corner in the 47th minute, took it. No one was marking Sarr at the back post, and it was just an easy header. We were 1-0 up. I think the game really, and that's when the game really changed. I think West Ham stopped attacking. They didn't know what to do, and it only got worse for them when Susek got sent off for a stud challenge on Polina earlier in the 54th minute. So it was like game over from then, and it was actually a pretty good one ball over top from Romero. He was at the back. He did a nice long pass. Bergvall, who got ahead of two defenders from West Ham, and it was just another easy header for him that lobbed it over the goalkeeper and made it 2-0. So we were 2-0 up after that. And then I think at this point, I think we were starting to dominate more, become more the Spurs that we were when we played City and Burnley. So we're all over West Ham, and it could have been 3 or 4-0 even times 5-0. But Bergvall was leading a counterattack. He passed it back to Van de Ven, who took a first white shot with his right foot and went straight in the net, made it 3-0, so that was the game. I think it was unlucky that Kudus, who was a West Ham player, should have scored. I think he had some opportunities to score to make it 4-0 or 5-0 at times, but I think the keeper either saved it or it was just going wide of post, or West Ham defenders were just slowing down the attack. So unlucky for Kudus not to get 4. I think he was probably one of our best players. I think Bergvall was one of the best players. He got goal and assists. I think Javi Simmons played all right. He didn't really do that much in the first half, but in the second half started to show a bit of life, especially when assisting the first goal for us. He definitely started to improve a bit. I think Tell was probably one of the worst players on the pitch. I didn't offer nothing. I think when he came off for Johnson Odeberg, and I think when Richie came on, Johnson, I think could have had some opportunities to make it to continue extending our lead. And to be honest, after losing a man from West Ham, after West Ham were down to 10 men, I think they really didn't offer that much going forward. I think Ricardo could have just pull up a chair and then just chill, because I think he really didn't offer that much specifically from West Ham. He didn't really have to deal with that many urgent saves, unlike what he did in the first half. So I'm pretty proud of the team today. It's nice we got another win. We're back up in the top 2. I think we're just second, just 1 goal difference behind Arsenal. So if we had gotten 4 or 5, we would have been on the top of the table for now. But like I said, we need to figure out we can continue scoring more. And it's nice that we have a creative person. I think Javi Simmons could have done much better if he was played as a 10. I think playing him as a winger, he really didn't do that much on the wing. So if we can put him as a 10 and have 2 DMs, it would be nice, because at least he'll at least have some creativity going forward. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the win. 3 wins in 4, 3 clean sheets, and we only conceded once under this manager. So we're pretty nice that we're good defensively, but like I said, it's nice that we're continuing to play pretty good today in terms of not getting opened up today. So pretty happy with the win today. Still got focus this week. We got Champions League this week, so we got Villarreal at home, so hopefully we can start off our Champions League campaign with a win. And we got to travel to Brighton next weekend, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I'm out pretty happy with the team today. I think we deserved the win. Could have been a couple goals up, but it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with the win, so let's continue to do well consistently. I'm out. Talk to you guys later.